Hey guys, sorry I'm on vacation and I can't be there. Well, I'm not sorry that I'm on vacation, but you know what I mean. You should have in your hands there a summary of how the Freedom Campaign went. As you can see, we had 579 small groups in the Freedom Campaign, and we gave out 3,399 books. So I think that's pretty awesome. I think the thing that really undergirded the whole thing was having a whole bunch of prayer warriors praying daily for each of our hosts and their groups. And you can see there we had a number of those people doing that. I really think that makes the difference in these things. So you can also see the different types of groups that we had. All of our numbers there increased from last year. We had more online groups, more women's groups, more groups at each of the other campuses. So that's a win there. If you look at the bottom of the first page there, you'll see these are people who accessed my weekly email. You know, the one that I sent out to all the hosts, and it kind of tracked where those people were coming from. And I kind of found that surprising to see they're kind of all over, up in the Pacific Northwest, all the way down in Florida, California, and even over in the UK. That's kind of fascinating. So this thing really spreads when we do these things, and has a national impact, and in some cases even taking it abroad. So I think that's really cool. If you turn to the next page, you'll see the results of the end of campaign evaluation that I send out. We only had 45 people fill this out, so I don't know if that's a large enough sample to be statistically significant, but it is what it is. So these are, excuse me, these are the results of that. And so you can see overall the grade is pretty good, and for the book and the video teachings and such. If you flip the page, you can see how many people attended each group, and how many came that weren't members of Vineyard Church. We kind of left that one open-ended, so you can see some people responded with 0 or none or question mark or don't know. But so we had some side door evangelism there, but not a lot. Then you can see for the rest of this all the God stories and the comments and suggestions that people gave. And there's a lot of, I encourage you to read that, because there's a lot of encouragement in there. It looks like we really are making a difference with these things. So the one that stood out to me that I thought was really cool was middle of page 5. It's the last one under the God stories, right before the section, do you have any comments or suggestions? It's the one that says, I have chosen to face my biggest life challenge yet with the Freedom series and face my addiction problem. I'm almost completely clean and use the Freedom series as my inner workings with God to accomplish this. It has truly been a blessing as I put an end to a 13-year problem. Thank you all, and God bless each and every one of you. So, you know, that's what we prayed for, freedom, people to experience that, and there it is. So I think that's really cool. So just encourage you to read through all that, and I just want to thank you, all you folks who put this thing together. Start with the communications team, Heather, Cassidy, Whitney, John, Matt, all of you folks in communications, all the folks who wrote the devotions, all of our worship and production team who put together the CD, wrote the songs, recorded it. It's a lot of work just for, a few songs on a CD. So just want to thank you guys. All our family life pastors who put this together for all of our children and youth. That's a lot of work as well. And Jody Barrett, who project managed this whole thing. and Josie, of course, who oversaw the final stages of getting it all assembled and out to the people, everything involved with that. And then finally, this whole thing wouldn't happen without all the volunteers who helped at every step of this. So if you know any volunteers who helped out with this, just continue to thank them, because this wouldn't happen without them. So I encourage you to read through this summary that I've put together for you. It's very encouraging. And just to let you know, when we look at churches across the country, this is pretty rare to see more people involved in small groups than attending on the weekend service. You know, when I get together with other people who oversee small groups, you know, they're trying hard to hit 50%. And when we do one of these campaigns, we have more people in small groups than attend our weekend service, which is just, it's crazy, and it's a total act of grace. And then when we hear these stories of people coming to a small group first and then starting to come to church and, you know, giving their life to Christ, it's just really encouraging. So again, just thank each one of you for all that you've done to help put this thing on. And and I didn't thank Fred. You know, every year he has to plan this whole thing out. So when you see him again, thank him, because that's a lot of work as well. So again, thank you guys for a job well done. And I'll see you next weekend when I get back from vacation. Take care and God bless.